come onto the tops of your feet, your knees are bent, and then bring your forehead to the mat. And reach your fingers out in front of you. And then kind of start to massage your head on the mat. And just reaching your fingertips, straightening out your arms, and pushing back to sit on your feet. And just connecting with your breath. So breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And just settling down here. This is a grounding, calming posture. Breathe in your nose and out your mouth. Do this a couple times here. You inch your fingertips forward. And push yourself back a little farther. Might be a little tight. Just feel where you're at today. And try to pull your stomach in. Take a breath in. And take a breath out. And one more stretch. Reach your fingertips forward. And exhale out. And then slowly rise up into tabletop. So your shoulders are going to be, or your hands are going to be under your shoulders. And then you're going to be on the tops of your feet. And then take a breath here. Tabletop. We'll go through some cat-cows. So inhale, look up towards the ceiling. This is cow. And then exhale, chin to chest, looking towards your feet. Scaredy cat. And then inhale, look up to the sky. And exhale, look towards your feet. And we'll do 3 more of those on your own. Just trying to feel where you're at, starting to warm up. Look towards your knees. And then inhale up to the sky. And do 1 more on your own. And then come back to neutral spine. Extend your right arm out long, thumb up to the sky, pinky to the ground, and then extend your left leg towards the back wall. And have your foot flexed, almost like you're standing on the back wall. And then inhale, bring your right elbow to your left knee. And bring your chin to your chest. And then inhale again, out wide. And then exhale, crunch it in. Inhale long. We'll do 2 more. Exhale, crunch it in. Inhale long. And exhale, crunch it in. Hold here for 1 sec. And then come back to tabletop. Take a breath here. And inhale your left hands long and your thumb to the sky. And then your right leg long. And bring your opposite elbow to your knee. Crunch it in. Inhale long. And exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale long. Exhale, crunch it in. Really tucking your tummy, elbow to knee. And then elongate. Maybe rise up 1 more inch, bringing your thumb towards the sky, your ankle up to the ceiling. And then release it down. Tabletop. Take a breath here, neutral spine. Then you can inch your hands forward a little bit. Curl your toes and come into your first downward dog. So downward facing dog. Looking towards your feet. And kind of warm up here. I like to move my knees side to side. Do the other leg. Just kind of feel where you're at. You can push your hands towards your feet. Bring your chest towards your thighs. Just feel where you are. It's okay if your heels aren't touching the ground. You're just pushing back, getting your hamstrings warmed up. Do that a couple times until you can find stillness. You warm up your hips a little bit. Now come up to your toes and tippy toe walk your feet to your hands. And then inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale your hands up high to the sky. Bring your hands to prayer. And bring your hands to heart center. Just realized you can't really see me, but that's okay. When I'm standing, there we go. Bring your hands to heart center. And then you can let your eyes close here. Maybe just set an intention for today's practice. I know it's hard at this distance, but we're so grateful that we can do this. And just take a breath here, whatever you're feeling. And then inhale your hands up to the sky. Exhale your hands from heart center down to the ground. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands and step back into a high plank. For this plank, we're just going to come onto our belly. So tilt forward, bend your elbows, and bring yourself down to your mat. And your belly's all the way down to the ground. It's not like the usual upward dog. And then you peel your chest off the ground, elbows just about at 90, and looking forward. If your belly button just comes off the ground, just warming up our backs. And then release back down to the mat. Curl your toes and come back to your downward facing dog. Getting a push up in there. So downward facing dog, your upside down V, pull your tummy in and push towards your chest, towards your thighs. And take a breath here. We're gonna go, that's Sun A, that was the first set. We're gonna go through that 2 more times. So bring your feet to your hands. For now, just walk, don't hop. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, your hands up high. Bring your hands to heart center. And then your hands up high. Exhale, your hands to the ground. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step back into high plank. This time we'll do a chaturanga. If it's your first one, then maybe just watch and then go through it. So if you have it down safe, then just start your flow. So start in a high plank, tilt forward, and then bend your elbows so you get to 90 degrees. Inhale, upward, face your chest forward, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And take a breath here. We'll go through that one more time. So come up high onto your toes. Walk your feet to your hands. Try to take as many steps as you can. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, your hands up high. Exhale, your hands to your heart center. Inhale, half lift. And then step back into your high plank. Tilt forward, lower down, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Just take a breath here. So Sun A's are done. We'll go into our Sun B's. So inhale, high onto your toes. Exhale your knees low. Option to jump your feet to your hands and just try to land softly to protect your knees. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. So you're bringing your biceps by your ears. You're looking forward. You're sitting back, kind of like you're almost sitting into a chair. You want to feel the weight in your heels. To the point where you can peel your 10 toes off the ground. We'll hold this a little bit longer than the others. Maybe about 3 more breaths. I know this is hard because these are the biggest muscles that we're warming up. So take a breath in your nose, back out your nose. And try to have your bicep by your ears. If it's too intense on your shoulders, you can have your hands in prayer. And 1 more breath here. Maybe sit another inch lower, sit back so you can see your toes. And then hands to prayer, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back into plank. Lower down, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up high, and then bend your knee, and almost try to get your heel to your butt. You can't quite do that, but that's the flexibility that you're kind of looking for. But anything that you get the stretch, bend your knee, and then twirl your ankle a couple times either way. And then keep raising your knee until you feel the hamstring stretch and your hip flexors open up. Then bring your right foot to your right hand, and you're in a low lunge. Look back at your left foot and tilt it 45 degrees. And then inhale, your hands up to warrior 1. So you should find that your right leg has a 90-degree bend. If you'd like, you can be in a little bit higher warrior one, but try to get at 90, and then have your biceps by your ears and your 10 toes, or your 10 fingers facing the sky, thumbs facing back behind you, pinkies forward. And it helps here, I know it's intense on the front leg, but it helps here to engage your back knee to relieve a little bit of the pressure on your front thigh. Take 2 more breaths here. And then release your hands down through prayer. 3-legged dog is, if that's in your practice, is an option. And then upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg up high. Bring your left foot to your left hand. From your low lunge, peek back at your right foot. Put your right foot at 45 degrees. And then inhale your hands up to warrior one. Maybe tilt your hips. My hips always try to kind of go sideways. Maybe tilt your hips to go forward a little bit. And then have your biceps by your ears. Bend your knee a little bit more. And engage your right knee. So you're relieving the pressure off your left one a little bit. 3 more breaths here. And try to get the knee to 90 if you can. And then exhale your hands through prayer. 3-legged dog. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. So we'll go through that 2 more times a little bit quicker. That was kind of the warm up. So inhale, your heels up high, your knees low. Option to jump your feet or float up to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Stay here for a breath. Biceps by the ears, spine is straight. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands, and option to hop back into your flow. If you do that, just try to land softly. You land into bent arms. Come into downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up high. Exhale, right foot to right hand. Inhale, warrior one. Stay here for a breath, maybe a little back bend. And forward fold. Come to your low lunge. Step back, high plank. Lower down. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right away, bring your left foot up high. Bring your left foot to your left hand. Inhale, warrior one. Back foot is at an angle. Maybe take a little back bend here. Hands through prayer, low lunge. 3-legged flow. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. One more on the other side. High onto your toes. Knees are low. Bring your feet to your hands. Option is still there to walk your feet to your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Hands through prayer, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Option to hop back into your low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg high. Right foot to right hand. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, plant your hands. 3-legged flow. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right into the left foot. Left foot to left hand. Push your back foot at an angle. Warrior one. Take a breath here, maybe a little back bend. Hands down to the ground, low lunge. Step back, lower your plank. Option for the 3-legged dog. And come back to downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Now we're starting to warm up. This is my second time today, so I'm definitely sweating. How's everyone doing? You guys can hear me okay? Give me a thumbs up, Kim, from your down dog. Okay. All right, you guys are doing great. Okay, so downward facing dog. Inhale, your right leg high. Bring your right foot to your right hand. We're gonna go through warrior dance. Inhale, warrior one. Back foot is at a 45-degree angle. And then open up warrior two. So warrior two, now your back foot is parallel with the back of your mat. You are looking through your front fingertips and your hands are parallel with the ground. And just looking through your fingertips, maybe glance back and make sure the back arm is not drifting down. Both are in the same level. And then start to tilt forward and reverse your warrior. Kind of, people say paint in the rainbow. And then you're looking over your right fingertips. And cartwheel your hands down. You can go into a three-legged dog, bring your right leg back. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. So we'll go through that flow on the other side. Inhale, left leg high. Left foot to left hand. Tilt your back foot 45 degrees. And inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Hold here for a breath. Back foot is parallel with the back of the mat. Looking through your front fingertips. You can tilt forward and then paint the rainbow. Look over your fingertips. And then cartwheel your hands down to the ground to a low lunge. Float your left leg back. Lower down. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Inhale your heels up high. Knees down low. And hop to your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, back to our Utkatasana, chair pose. Sitting back a little bit. Then you can bring your hands to prayer. So here, this is a real killer on the thighs. You want to be really sitting back. You want to be able to see your toes. Your hands are in prayer. You're going to bring your left elbow to your right knee. And you're going to twist the opposite way. So twist the opposite wall. Option to keep your hands in prayer, or you can open up your hands and try to get them as straight as you want. I know now on the other side. You can open up here, or what you can do is bring your hands next to you, bring your elbow to your hip, and your left elbow to your knee and come into a side crow. And then you can lift your left leg up into the sky. Or you can hold it, and it's really challenging to just hold it through all these breaths. Take one more breath. Bring your hands back to prayer. Come to center. Straighten out your legs. Step your feet about shoulder distance apart. Take your peace fingers and grab your toes. And pull your toes towards you. Straighten out your legs if you can. You might need to bend your knees to grab your toes with your peace fingers. And pull your toes towards you. And this feels good. It's a nice little break before we do the other side. So just kind of sway side to side. And you can let your head fall. You can bring your elbows out wide too and really get the hamstring stretch. And then you can release here. Bring your feet back together and come back to Utkatasana chair pose. Hands come to prayer. And then bring your right elbow to your left knee. Option to stay here. Try to open up your chest, really twist here. And then you can open up your right arm and open up your left hand towards the ceiling, looking through your left fingertips. Or you can come back into the side crow on this side, where you'll bring your right elbow to your knee and your left elbow to your hip. And you can even raise your foot up. And then come back to center. In prayer, in Utkatasana. Straighten out your legs. This is one of my favorite stretches. This one you might really have to bend your knees. You're going to have your palms facing towards the sky. And you're going to step on your hands. And then take your toes and kind of massage your wrists. Feels really good. And straighten out your legs. And then you can step forward a little bit. If you really want to challenge for a balance, you can start to peel your heels off the ground and just step on your toes or step on your wrists and massage back and forth. You can bend your elbows and let your head hang heavy and get the hamstring stretch. Just like the other side, if you're having trouble getting your hands there, you can bend your knees and get your hands under your feet. And just relax here, sway side to side. And just let your head hang heavy. It feels good to Let gravity pull you down. Then you can release your hands out and then step back into a high plank. Tilt forward, lower down your plank. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg high to the sky. Bring your right foot to your right hand. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Looking through your fingertips and then tilt forward, paint the rainbow to reverse. Now bring your right, you can bend your arm and bring your right hand, right elbow to your right knee, side angle, and look up through your left fingertips. Or you can bring your right fingertips right to the inside of your shin and use your forearm to straighten out your front leg. And look through your left fingertips. For any yogis that want to bind, you can bring your right arm through and you can interlace your fingers behind you and look up through your left shoulder. Or you can stay here in side angle. So start to turn your hips forward and relieve yourself from your right knee, from the right thigh. And then you're now in a low lunge. Step your right foot back and take your right hand and just put it in front of your right face and come on to the knife edge of your right foot and come into a side plank. Option to stay in the side plank, or you can lift one leg, or you can come into a tree, like a side tree, or you can grab your toes, and yeah, perfect. And come up into your side plank, grabbing your toes. It's also challenging to stay in the side plank, keeping your hip lifted. And you can release your arm down. Option to be in down dog or go through your flow. It's going to be hard with that right hand, that right arm, and come into downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg high. Bring your left foot to your left hand. Tilt your back foot 45 degrees. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Bend your front knee. Look back, double check on your back foot parallel with the back of the mat. Tilt forward, paint the rainbow. Look over your left fingertips. And then bring your left forearm to your left knee. Look over through your right fingertips. Option if you did so on the other side to straighten out your left arm, bring your fingertips towards your ankle. And just try to straighten out your arms, but don't tense up your shoulders too much. And then if you did so on the other side, option to bind. You can bring your left arm through and grab with your right hand, getting more intense stretch. And then come back to our low lunge. So you're twisting your hips straight, and then you're stepping into a high plank, and bring your left hand in front of your face here, the center of your mat, and tilt onto the knife edge of your left foot. Bring your right hand up to the sky. Try to keep your hips straight and in line. Option to come and float one leg, come into tree, or try to do what you did on the other side. I know it can be different depending on your side. And just look up through your right fingertips. You might shake, that's okay, it's working. Look up through your fingertips, and then release your right hand down. Turn over into your high plank. Tail forward, try to lower down. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Take a breath here. In your nose, and back out your mouth. You straighten out the mat a little bit. Come back to your down dog. Inhale, right leg high. Bend again with a scorpion. Bend your right knee and twist that ankle a couple times. Option to stay here, or you can flip your dog. You bring your right foot off the mat, turn over, and you look over your right fingertips. So you're getting a really big back bend here, a lot of balance on the left hand. And then you flip back, bring your right hand to the mat, but right foot is still in the sky. Bring your right knee to your right elbow. Inhale your foot back up high. Bring your right knee to your forehead. As close as you can, crunch it in. Right foot up high. Bring your right knee to your left elbow. Hold it here. Kick your leg out straight. So you're kicking your foot off the mat and you're twisted. And then look over your left fingertips. Wild thing. Hold here again, a lot of pressure on your right hand. Bring your left hand back down. Inhale your right leg high. Step your right foot to your right hand. 10 toes are facing forward. Inhale your hands up to crescent lunge. You can have the back leg straight or you can have it bent a little bit. I'll try to go lower so you can see me. So try to have your knee at 90 in front of you. Bring your hands to prayer and start to tilt forward until you feel weight in your front foot. And then start to take flight and come onto your right foot. If you have a block or a prop or anything like that, you can use that in front of you. Or you can keep your hands in prayer. You can extend your arms out, biceps by the ears. Or you can airplane your arms behind you. Try to hold here. Try to bring your chest up a little bit like it's an up dog. Bring up your back leg 1 more inch. And then come forward. Plate your hands. And come into a split so you're bringing your forehead to your knee. And grab your ankle with at least 1 hand. Or if you'd like, you can grab 2 hands and do a split. And then release down. Bring your left leg down or your left foot to meet your right foot. Forward fold. And then bring your feet to the outside of your mat and come into Vinyasa Yoga squat. So from here, your toes are facing out off your mat. And you can be in this yogi squat. If you do have the prop or like a pillow or whatever, you can sit on your block if it's too intense for your hip flexors, because I know it's really deep stretch. And use your triceps to really get the stretch. Your hands are in prayer. So from here, I don't know if you've done crow before, but you can come into crow. If you haven't, then I can talk you through it. So what I like to do from Vinyasa is take my hands and put them about shoulder width in front of me. And then you kind of tilt forward. You bring your feet to meet to about the same distance of your hands, about that shoulder length width. And then you kind of put your elbows or your knees as much into your armpits as you can. They'll fall lower, they'll fall into your triceps, and you keep putting a little bit more weight forward as you're staring a little bit in front of you at something that's not moving. And then you let 1 toe come off the mat at a time, suck in your belly, and just keep looking forward. Maybe you can get really high. Maybe you can get your chest off of your knees. And from here, you can shoot back into your low plank, and then you can come into up dog, down dog. If not, you can rock out, and then you can meet me in down dog, and we'll do the other side. So bring your left foot high, bend your knee, come back into that scorpion, maybe twist your ankle a couple times. And then, I don't really have room because of the fireplace, but you can flip your dog, bring your left foot down to the mat, and look up through your left fingertip. Getting the stretch here. Looking up over, a little back bend. And then with your left leg still in the air, 3-legged dog, bring your left knee to your left elbow. Inhale your left leg up high. Bring your left knee to your forehead. Inhale your foot up high. Bring your right knee to your right elbow. An option to kick it through to wild thing. And then look up through your right fingertips. So you're bringing your right knee to your left elbow and you're straightening out your left leg and you're in a twist. Bring your hands back in front of you, 3-legged dog. Step your left foot to your left hand. Inhale your hands up to crescent lunge. So 10 toes are facing forward. And crescent lunge, 90-degree angle in the front. You can bend the back knee if you'd like, or you can straighten it out. Bring your hands to prayer. And start to tilt forward until you have weight in your left foot. And straighten out your back leg. And then arch a little bit so that you're in an upward facing dog. And almost like you're stepping on the back wall, straighten out your foot. And hold here. And you can also airplane your arms. You can be warrior 3, biceps by the ears. And start to tilt forward, letting your right leg high in the sky. And you can come back into the splits. Your balance might be a little bit different on that side. That's okay. Nothing's perfect. This is practice. You could bring your left hand to your ankle and then your right. And try to get as much as a split as you can. I have to bend my knee a little bit to gain the balance. And then bring your right foot to meet your left. Kind of hang here. And then come back into the Malasana. You can hang out in Malasana. You can practice your crow again. If you practice your crow, maybe try to get a little bit higher. Try to shoot back. Whatever you like. Or stay in your Malasana and get your stretch. So again, you're coming forward. Knees are up into your armpits. Just come off one toe at a time. And peel up so you're looking forward. And then you shoot back into your low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. So take a breath here. I'm going to take a little water. So downward facing dog. Almost there, we're about halfway done. More than halfway. Inhale your right leg high. Step your right foot to your right hand. And right away, open up to Warrior 2. Warrior 2, looking over your front fingertips. Front knee is at 90. Maybe check back to make sure your back arm is parallel. And then start to straighten out your right leg. And tilt forward, reaching towards the front of the room. And come into triangle pose. You bring your fingertips to your shins. And look up through your left fingertips. Try to almost have your shoulder meet your chin. And straighten out your arms, but don't tense your shoulders too much. Just relax. You feel the stretch in your hamstring, your inner groin. And take a breath here. Pull your belly in. And then come back to Warrior 2. Bend your front leg a little bit. And then we're going to, same thing as before, but this is half moon. Bring the weight into your right foot, your front foot. And then let me go here. So you bring it into your front foot now. Land your right hand on the ground. And then have your back foot almost like it's on the back wall. And half moon looking up through your left fingertips. You can use a block here too if you like. You can come into candy cane and grab your back foot. Try to look through your left fingertips. And then coming back down, land into your Warrior 2. Straighten out the leg again. And kind of pigeon toe your feet a little bit. And then have your hands in Warrior 2 arms. And come forward to wide-legged forward fold. So wide-legged forward fold, you're stretching, bringing your forehead towards the mat. Pulling your belly in. If a headstand's in your practice, you could come into that here. So you would pull forward, come to your top of your head, and then bring your feet, your hands in front of you at 90. You can come into a headstand. Or you can grab behind your calves. You can grab the outsides of your feet. Maybe bring your legs in a little bit closer. Whatever feels good. You can have your arms down. You can have them reaching behind you. Just try to straighten out your back from this pose. Take another breath. Big hamstring stretch. And then inhale, straighten out your arms. And come back for your wide-legged. And then kind of inch your your feet in a little bit more. And have your feet facing out this time instead of pigeon-toed. And then you're going to bend your knees and come into goddess pose. So your feet are facing out, toes are facing the outside of your mat. And you're kind of in a squat, and you can come into goalpost arms. And then from here, you can cross your arms where they're in eagle arms. So what that is you're bringing your right arm under your left and you're clasping your hands in front of you. And then you kind of like squat down, bring your booty in, tuck in your belly. This is really intense on your quads. So start to turn forward. And your arms are still in the same eagle arms. And then you're going to have your feet in crescent and squat down a little bit. Now bring the left foot around into eagle. And you wrap your left leg around and you sit down like you're sitting in a chair. And you can intertwine if that's the flexibility you have. If not, you can have your arms crossed and you can cross your leg over. Either way, just sit a little bit lower. And then option to fold forward a little bit from your eagle. And then you can unwind and bring your hands up high. And then exhale, forward fold through prayer. Inhale, half lift. And then step back into your high plank, go through your flow. Lower down, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. So let's do the other side. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale your left foot to your left hand. Tilt your back foot to be parallel with the back of the mat to come right into warrior two. From warrior two, straighten out your left leg. Start to reach forward to the front of the room. And then bring your right fingertips to your shins and look up over your right fingertips for triangle. Suck in your belly. Straighten out your arms, have your shoulders in line. And then bring your hands kind of back to warrior two, but we're gonna bring the weight into our front foot. And then we're gonna tilt forward into our half moon. And have your foot almost like it's stepping on the back wall. Look up through your right fingertips. If you have a block, that's helpful. And you can come into candy cane, you can grab your right foot. And then to come out, land back into warrior two. From here, straighten out your leg, and then come into a forward fold. So have your feet pigeon-toed towards each other. And then widen out your arms just like the warrior two arms. And tilt forward, forward fold. You could do the same thing you did on the other side. Maybe now you want to come into a headstand. You can just rest your head down. Just try to keep your back as straight as you can. I like to reach my hands back behind me and get a different stretch. Maybe a stretch in your upper back. Just sucking your belly in, looking forward. You can bring your forehead down to the mat. And then inhale, back up. And then you can kind of inch your feet in towards one another. And then again, you can come into the goddess pose. So bend your knees, tuck in your belly. And you can goal post your arms. You can have them rested at your side. And then you can ravel your arms for eagle. So left arm under your right. And then you turn forward to your crescent feet facing forward. And then you're gonna bring your left foot around to eagle legs. And then kind of let that intertwine. If you want, bring your left ankle above your right knee and just sit into it wherever you are. You can have your arms crossed over your chest if it ravels too much. And then if you're an eagle, you can come in a sleeping eagle, tilt forward, getting a back stretch. And then rise up and just unravel. Bring your hands back up to the sky. Exhale your hands to your prayer. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. So now this is Ryan's favorite part. So roll back onto your bottoms. Come onto your backs. I don't know what you guys have at home. If you have a block, then good for you. But I assume that not everyone has that. You guys can use your towel, or you can use whatever. You can use a paper towel roll. Anything works. So you're gonna put that in between your feet, and we're gonna do some abs. So bring your block up, and you're gonna have your legs up towards the ceiling, but your whatever prop you're using is keeping your feet apart. You're just gonna crunch up. Regular crunch. Sorry, I'm probably gonna get out of breath while I'm doing this, but I'll do it with you guys. I'll suffer with you. This is the best part. So crunch up. So you have your hands, your fingers interlaced behind you, crunching up with your legs up straight. Now you can have your hands and arms by your side. You'll rest your head down and just inch up towards the sky with the block in between your feet. And sucking your belly in, this is getting your lower abs. Couple more. Now bring the block in between your knees. Bend your knees at 90. Interlace your fingers behind your head again. And bring your forehead towards your knees. Try to keep your legs real still. Keep them at 90. And fan out your elbows. Crunch it in for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep your legs up. Put your prop to the side. And then put your legs up straight. You can rest your head down, or you can crunch it up. You have your legs at 90, then 45, then 30, then 15. Now flutter your feet. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 90, 45, 30, 15. Now act like you're bouncing the wall. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 90, 45, 30, 15, and then scissor. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 90. And then bring it down. 45, 30, 15. Hold tight. You can extend your fingertips towards your feet. Lift your scapula off the yoga mat. Crunch in towards your feet in 10, 9, 8, 7. Lift your feet up if they're on the ground. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Whew. I know you guys all hate me. You can crunch your knees in towards your chest. You can rock side to side. And we're going to get into our stretching, what you guys all have been waiting for, favorite part. So we're going to rock a couple times and rock maybe 3 times until you can flip yourself into a downward dog. Take a breath here. And then inhale your right leg high and bring your right knee to your right hand. We're going to come down into pigeon. So you have the option. This is a really intense stretch. You have the option to be here. You can stay up straight. Or what you can do is come into a 4-legged cross thing, 4-legged. But you can come into, bring your right foot to your left knee and grab the back leg of your left leg and pull your knee towards you. And you'll get a right hip stretch that way too. But if not, if pigeon is something that's in your practice, you can be up here or you can come down low. I just ask that you try to keep your hips straight if you're low. And you can rest your head down on your hands or you can reach out in front of you. And we're just going to stay here for a minute. It really hurts at first, but you kind of breathe into it and then you're getting all the benefits out of it the longer you stay in. You just have to breathe through this posture. And just unwinding, coming to the end of the practice. You do all these postures to open up and get deep into these stretches. wherever you are, slowly rise up. Keep your leg where it is. And then you can bend your left leg. And I like to do this in my practice. If it's too much, sometimes your leg can cramp. But you can bring your foot to the hook corner of your elbow. And this is called mermaid. You can hold here, or you can reach over and kind of interlace your fingers here. And this is a whole new stretch, a quad stretch for your left leg. And then you can release that leg down and come on to extend your left leg out. Bye. Extend your left leg out and reach for your toes. Take your right hand and reach for over your head. And you can feel the side body stretch. Try to reach for your toes. If not, you can grab your ankles or your calf. And then come back, put your right hand behind you. And then come up onto your right shin and look over your left fingertip. And then come back down. And bring your hands to be shoulder width apart. And turn yourself until you're in downward facing dog. So from downward facing dog, inhale your left leg high. Bring your left knee to your left hand. You can do the same thing you did on the other side. So slowly inch down if that's what you did. Try to keep your hips straight and square. We'll stay here for about a minute. Just like the other side. It might be a little different. You might not be able to get as deep. But just breathe into it. It gets easier. Maybe reach a little farther. Extend your arms out in front of you. Whatever your hips are allowing today. And then when you guys are ready, slowly rise up. And then here, again, you can stay down in your pigeon, or you can hook your back leg and interlace your fingers. Then look over your back shoulder. And you can also interlace behind you. And then release your leg down. Come onto your backside on this side, and then reach for your right toes. And bring your forehead to your knee. And you can bring your left arm over too if you're looking for more of a side body stretch. And slowly rise up. Bring your right hand behind you, and then come on to your left shin, and then you kind of come over and look over your left fingertips, and then come back down to your seat. Bring your hands around. Come into your downward facing dog. Last one, you can stretch out here, but we're not going to go through your flow. Just bring the legs down and in front of you. Have both feet face in front of you and reach for your toes. Bend your elbows. And you can bring your forehead to your knees. And then slowly rise up, come onto your backs. And then from here, you guys, if you have wheel in your practice, you can come into that. But it's kind of hard. I don't want to encourage anyone to do it without supervision. So for now, we're just going to do bridges. So what you can do is have your feet flat on the mat, and then kind of inch your shoulder blades to be closer together. Interlace your hands underneath you. And then kind of clench in your glutes and suck in your belly. Come into a bridge. Your chin is towards your chest. Engaging your thyroid, increasing metabolism is always good. And squeeze your palms together. Maybe rise up one more inch. And then slowly, one vertebrae at a time, come back down onto the mat. Stretch out your legs and then bring them back to bed. We'll do one more. So raise up your glutes, interlace your fingers, and inch your scapula together. Bring your chin to your chest. Tuck in your belly. And then lower down, back onto your backs. So from here, you have the option to come into shoulder stand. So for this one, you can place your palms down on the ground, and then you kind of rise up. This is a lot of flexibility in your neck. You can bring your hands to your back, and then you point your toes up to the ceiling, kind of rest your lower back on your hands, and let them fall. And then suck your belly in, but it's a lot on your neck, so you really have to crunch your chin into your chest. Take a breath here. And then you can come into plow, or you can slowly lower down onto your mat. From here, you can grab the outsides of your feet. Happy baby, rocking side to side. And then from happy baby, you can extend one leg out. Noticing a little more flexibility at the end. You can bring your feet together to touch. You can also grab your toes. And release your legs down. Keep your right leg in and crunch your right knee in towards your chest. And then bring your right leg across your body. Bring your right knee to the opposite floor. And then look over towards your right arm. Spinal twist. Try to have your right knee touching, but you also want to get your right shoulder on the mat the best you can. And then slowly release. We'll do the other side. Extend your right leg long. Bring your left knee to your chest. Take a breath here, getting your hip flexor stretch. Bring your left knee across your body, and then look over your left fingertips. Try to keep your left shoulder on the ground. And then come back to center. Squeeze both your knees into your chest. And bring your knees towards your forehead and really squeeze in. And then release down and bring the bottoms of your feet to meet, almost like a butterfly, just still laying down. Bring your eyes to close. Bring your right hand to your chest and bring your left hand to your belly. And just let your eyes close. Take a big inhale and feel your right hand rise. And then exhale, feel your belly rise. Do that a couple times. Inhale, your right hand rises, feeling your chest open up. And exhale, feel the belly fill. Inhale, right hand rises. Exhale, left hand rises. Just relaxing, end of the practice. And keeping your eyes closed, extend out your feet and let your hands fall next to you. And just let your tongue fall from the roof of your mouth. Try not to clench your jaw. Do a full body scan. Start with your toes. Your toes and your feet are asleep. Your ankles and your calves. Your shins. Your hamstrings and your quads. Your glutes and your hips. Your lower back, your belly. Your upper back, your chest. Your shoulders are away from your ears. And just feel all the stress tingle down your arms and let that roll off your fingertips. Maybe just a little smile on your face. Happy that you could practice today, wherever you are practicing. Take a big breath in and exhale it out. And just fully relaxing. Maybe taking a couple breaths here and just imagining 3 words that come to mind that are positive and something that you want to aspire to. And breathe those 3 words in. Whatever comes to mind first, just go with it. And then exhale out any bad thoughts that might come. Just repeat those words to yourself. Might be 1, might be 3, whatever. And inhale the positive in and exhale out anything negative or bad that comes to mind. Take in one more deep cleansing breath. And then just roll onto your favorite side. Bring your ear to your bicep and let your other arm kind of just rest by you. And then use that arm to push yourself up into seated. And then bring your hands to prayer. Your eyes are still closed. Then bring your thumbs to your third eye. And bow forward. The light in me honors the light in each and every one of you. Thank you so much for joining me today. And that's it.